No, it's so hard to do what you really, really desperately want in life. It's so much easier just to do you don't care either way about.
Wow.
Yes, it's official. Cate Blanchett just unleashed a bombshell on Blake Lively and didn't even blink. Turns out Blake's era of backstage power plays and hush-hush bullying is nose-diving faster than her recent ticket sales.
And this time, it's Cate, classy, unbothered Cate, exposing how Blake hijacked her Chanel legacy and dragged her husband into the mud just to feed that overcooked ego.
Look, I get it. You're tired of hearing how Blake seizes every project she touches. But this stings. 'Cause it's not some petty hashtag feud or brand deal squabble. This time, Blake Lively muscled Cate Blanchett out of Chanel like the veteran icon was a mere extra in her own legacy. And yes, we're talking about Cate Blanchett, a performer powered by raw talent, not curated lighting and lemon slice aesthetics. Quick pause, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. You know the drill. Now back to the drama.
Being attractive doesn't preclude being intelligent.
Cate carried the Chanel banner for 10+ years. No faux deep captions, no staged kitchen shoots, just poise, credibility, and a loyalty most celebs can't even spell. Her bond with Chanel ran deeper than a couture gown. She delivered genuine artistic value. In 2020, her husband, Andrew Upton, penned a silent black and white short Chanel greenlit for their cinematic capsule. 2 women, 1 story, 0 dialogue, pure expression, no marketing fluff. Then Blake stormed in and torched it. 2 weeks pre-shoot, Cate got a dry Chanel email. Creative alignment no longer in place. Translation: you've been replaced. No meeting, no debate. Next headline: Blake Lively crowned the new face of that very campaign.
Cate Blanchett, what is your moral compass? Where does kindness and humanity sit in a brutal world? Because those are important questions to ask right now.
In my vagina.
Not a partner, not a co-star, an outright replacement. The film? Crapped. Andrew's script? Trashed. Rose a hyper-branded mashup, Chanel, Netflix, and Blake's wellness venture. Cate's subtle storytelling traded for filtered photos, buzzwords, and empty empowerment slogans perfect for vision boards. Hollywood barely blinked. Legacy erased for louder, shinier branding is hailed as reinvention. Reality? Pure erasure of Cate and an entire creative vision already rolling. Digging deeper made it uglier. A campaign stylist leaked Blake was never the first pick. Her team barged in with an irresistible multi-brand package. Bottom line, it wasn't about artistry, it was about influence, cash, and Instagram reach.
But what really sealed it was the dinner. Chanel hosted a private event at a French chateau. Cate had RSVP'd months earlier, back when she was still the centerpiece of the film. Everyone assumed she'd cancel, but she showed up. She didn't cause a scene, she didn't cry, she just showed up, calm and composed.
Meanwhile, Blake sat front row at a Chanel dinner like she'd just invented feminism. Surrounded by fashion legends, she allegedly quipped, "That script was lovely but kinda outdated, right?" Another guest laughed. "Andrew's script? Legacy doesn't move Gen Z anyway."
Well, my husband, Andrew Upton and I ran the Sydney Theatre Company he ran it for 10 years almost, and this is the culmination, this is the last play he programmed.
Cate was 2 tables away, hearing her husband's work labeled outdated, watching her campaign get rebranded as a youth-obsessed spectacle, no nod to the creators. She stayed silent. 'Cause when the circus is beneath you, you don't wrestle clowns. Days later, the new campaign dropped. Blake everywhere. Cate? Vanished. Years of meaningful narrative deleted. Crowds cheered like it was progress. You'd think the drama peaked at that dinner, wrong. Blake's PR whirlwind hadn't even spun up. On April 16, 2023, Chanel's clean girl facade collapsed, and not over flats on the runway.
A British fashion magazine accidentally dropped a nuke. They published an article that was clearly prepped for Cate Blanchett's original Chanel campaign. Before she got ghosted, before the silent film was axed, and way before Blake's soft focus hijack rolled out. The article wasn't even spicy on purpose. It was just honest. That was the problem.
9 a.m. London time. At first glance, it was just another feature on Chanel's upcoming film series. Then came the receipts. Then Amy dropped Andrew Upton as writer, detailed the minimalist vibe, highlighted Cate's creative steering, and critically nailed the timeline. Filming was slated for March. Cate was locked in since 2020. This was no fresh pivot. It was a flat-out replacement.
And what people don't realize about Chekhov is it's funny.
It's a comedy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Cherry Orchard, which is his most, well-known play, probably.
3 hours later, the article vanished, like it never existed. But screenshots live forever. Reddit got them before Chanel hit delete. The post exploded, side-by-side breakdowns, Cate's scrapped concept versus Blake's final cut. Colors, taglines, even the closing line, COPY pasted with a new face. Reddit dragged hard. ArchiveWatch posted the receipts. Chanel killed this cause it clashed with Blake's rollout? This ain't a rebrand, it's a replacement. 14,000 upvotes in 6 hours. TikTok went feral. 6 creators uploaded comparison videos in a day. One viral split screen titled, "How to Erase a Legacy" racked 2 million views in 48 hours. Fashion sleuths pulled contracts, PR memos, timelines. YouTuber Red Lip Reels dropped a 20-minute takedown. The Chanel campaign Blake Lively doesn't want you to see. She pauses mid-quote from the deleted piece. They didn't even tweak the structure. Chanel's digital team wiped metadata. Cached pages vanished within 48 hours. Reporters? Tonewalled. Cut editor tweeted, asked Chanel about the deleted article, got static. The silence is loud. And that silence screamed louder than any press blast. 'Cause once the article disappeared, the truth roared. Cate wasn't nudged out for creativity, she was erased. Chanel's vanishing act practically confessed it. Blake's team hustled damage control, pap walks, and over-edited promos. Cate? She went back to art, precise, surgical art. June 2023, Sydney Theatre Company. Surprise play, penned by Andrew, directed by Cate. No Netflix, no red carpet, listing so quiet you could miss it. Plot? A woman loses her narrative to a younger rival. A single preview later, a 1-minute clip hit Reddit. Cate's character locks eyes with the usurper. The worst part isn't that you took it, it's that you convinced them it was always yours. Now when they applaud, I clap too, because I don't even recognize what they're praising. TikTok spliced that with Blake Chanel spots, 5 million views in under a week. Cate didn't need interviews. Truth seeped through her art. By mid-July 2023, Blake's glossy illusion folded like a cheap tent. One leaked email from Blake's own PR team landed in a marketing tea Discord. If Cate's going for art revenge, elevate Blake's arc. Shift messaging to creative reclamation. 2 words, endless ridicule. Twitter tore it apart. Memes flew. Just stole my cousin's birthday and called it festive reclamation. More chaos. Fashion Unfiltered planned a Chanel special starring Blake. A backstage clip leaked, the host rehearsed. We'll discuss Blake Lively's new Chanel project and what happened to the version starring Cate Blanchett. Blake bolted hours before taping. Clip hits X, 2 million views. Caption? She ghosted the show after this intro. Internet verdict. If you dodge the question, you know the answer. Blake's August 2023 Power Issue magazine cover? Pulled 48 hours before release. Reputation management. Translation. She became a liability. Cate still silent, yet a February awards speech quote resurfaced. There's a difference between honoring the story and owning it like it was always yours. Someone posted it. Most elegant warning shot ever. Hashtag Cate the Last Act trended. Timelines flooded with Blanchett clips, reminding everyone why Legacy beats likes. Then the knockout. A Chanel fan account's 2023 collaborator reel. Kristen, Penelope, Florence, Tilda, Cate. Blake? Erased. Caption. They kept Florence and Kristen, but Blake? Not a pixel. Twitter's final gavel came from an archive detective. Blake's ad freeze frame. Some stories were never told until now, paired with the deleted article's last line, Andrew's original. Some stories are best told in silence. Over 40K reposts in 3 days. Judgment unanimous. This wasn't empowerment. It was theft, spritzed in luxury perfume and shoved at the public. Blake didn't just lose the narrative, she became the warning label. Because if Hollywood loves anything more than a comeback, it's watching someone choke on a crown they tried to steal. So, after all this chaos, does Blake still have the gall to mount a comeback? Drop your take in the comments. Let's see if Hollywood forgives or simply forgets.